Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. Jackée Harry, an unmistakable American entertainer and TV character, brags an essential total asset of $7 million, cutting a recognized vocation in media outlets perceived for her famous depictions of Sandra Clark in the famous television series 227 and Lisa Landry in the Dearest sitcom. Sister Harry's excursion, from her introduction to the world on August 14, 1956, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to her childhood in the energetic scene of Harlem, New York, is a narrative woven sincerely and with enthusiasm. At 14 years old, she set out on her acting process, getting a critical job as the Lord in her school's version of the Ruler, and post-secondary school graduation, she facilitated her schooling at Liu Brooklyn College, procuring a degree in training. The defining moment in her profession accompanied the 1978 play, a Broadway melodic, where she depicted Melinda Bernard making way for what was to come. It was during this urgent time that she experienced Jerry Jammett, the bass player in the ensemble. Their association was quick, and she affectionately described it as unexplainable adoration. Enamored by his charmas, she burned through no time in chasing after Jerry in spite of a decade's-age distinction. Between the 23-year-old entertainer and her newly discovered love, as per her meeting with the Set of Experiences creators, Jerry perceived her ability as well as realized her on a significant level effort. In relentless help and foreseeing her future popularity anyway, Jackée was less worried about fame and more charmed in her hurricane sentiment with Jerry. Their commitment quickly followed, finishing in an euphoric association in the 1980, denoting the start of a common excursion loaded up with adoration and backing. Getting her resulting job in the Broadway play, UB, which involved a requesting visiting plan, represented a huge test for Jackée, and her recently married rapture imparting her experience to the Set of Experiences producers. She communicated how the division felt like a danger to her marriage with Jerry, regardless of his background as an artist familiar with broadened periods away. Jerry, ever steady, consoled her that seeking after the open door was fundamental for her profession. Hesitantly, she set out on an 8-month visit, during which Jerry made regular visits to connect the distance. Anyway, the stress on their relationship became evident, provoking Jackée to pursue a tough decision, selecting to focus on her marriage over her vocation. She passed on the creation to join Jerry on a 6-month visit. After getting back to the States, Jack kept on making progress in her acting profession. She and Jerry laid out a home in a New York loft, yet as her expert undertakings took off, their conjugal establishment started to break. Recognizing her own youthfulness, Jackée confronted the cruel reality that Jerry was prepared to investigate different choices 4 years into their association. Jerry started separate from procedures, and the split demonstrated a long way from genial entangling matters. One more lady arose in the story, heightening Jackée's inner unrest over Jerry's quickness and continuing on, including monetary strain. Along with the remaining blend, Jackée wound up constrained to pay a separation repayment to hold underside responsibility for shared condo regardless of Jerry. Admonitions about the monetary difficulties ahead still up in the air to keep the loft exploring a difficult section in her own and proficient life in the midst of wrestling with the inward misery of loss. In her first love, she ended up cast in the job of Sandra Clark on 227 and migrated to Los Angeles to start recording. In a meeting with the Set of Experiences creators, she unveiled her endeavors to safeguard the majority of her trouble, yet when she trusted in others about how battles, their reactions frequently spun around her superficial presentation, with comments like, "Well, you look extraordinary." The disharmony between looking flawless remotely while wrestling with significant internal torment earned into a staggering test for her to explore every day. She needed to marshal the solidarity to appear at work with a veneer of satisfaction, all while fighting with individual devils, unleashing ruin on her life, regardless of the strife. Her depiction of the person Sandra Clark on 227 charmed her to TV crowds, driving her into the spotlight and giving a variety of dating choices. In a genuine tweet, she shared her encounters of going into a relationship just to find later that her accomplice was at that point engaged with Eartha Pack, describing the following. Jackée uncovered that when Eartha Kidd found out about the undertaking, she conveyed a paramount slap section to the intricacies of her own life in the midst of the prospering outcome of her TV vocation. Going into a heartfelt connection with entertainer Blair Underwood denoted a defining moment for Jackée, and during this period, she got a surprising call from her ex Jerry, who had been intently following her blossoming profession and wound up needing monetary help. Jackée, showing a newly discovered feeling of freedom and development, answered with a deliberate, "Let me hit you up," prior to hanging up the telephone without broadening any monetary help. It was not her obligation to redress the results of his monetary decisions that drained his whole separation repayment. Rather, Jackée deciphered this collaboration as approval that she had genuinely made her mark savagely confident and monetarily eye-free. She saw herself as a demonstration of the capacities SEA, discrediting any questions Jerry might have held onto about her capacity to flourish without his help. In 1994, Jackée got her next critical profession advancement, typifying the person Lisa Landry, close by Tia and Tamara Maui in the hit show Sister. This adventure ended up being an early evening achievement, harmonizing with an entrancing development in her own life. Around 1995, a visit to a beauty parlor acquainted Jackée with Elgen. Charles Williams, a male beautician who grabbed her attention regardless of finding him alluring, delayed because of the presence of various ladies in the salon, expecting he could have a sweetheart. This underlying experience veered off in a strange direction when, at a Halloween party soon thereafter, Jackée ran into Elgen again. The entertainer dressed as Marilyn Monroe summoned the boldness to give him her number, starting a cat-and-mouse game for his call, pondering the circumstances with CNN. Jackée entertainingly commented that I was dressed as Marilyn Monroe, so everything was out. I surmise I frightened him. Unbeknownst to Jackée, Elgen held onto a mind-boggling individual history brought up in a moderate family in San Antonio, Texas. Elgen has wrestled with self-disclosure since the beginning of his energy for hairstyling. A takeoff from cliché orientation jobs caused struggle under the surface as Uncovered to the Supporter Elgen explored a profound and mental back and forth, with his dad unbendingly implementing customary orientation standards and consolations from his sister to join the cheerleading group. Siblings' emphasis on football interest additionally heightened this inner turmoil, ultimately becoming overpowering for Elgen, leaving on a life-changing excursion at 21 years old. Charles made the vital choice to move to Los Angeles. This move demonstrated groundbreaking as he got some work at a bank where destiny acquainted him with Keith, thinking about their most memorable experience. Elgen sincerely expressed, "I preferred what I saw." The direction of their relationship unfurled more than a half-year, furnishing Elgen with a feeling of freedom in a newly discovered solace. With his sexuality encountering life hush, he explored both male and female connections all through the 80s. The period, anyway, was additionally set apart by wrecking misfortunes with companions and individual beauticians, surrendering to helps overpowered by distress and wrestling with disgrace as a Christian Elg. N looked for comfort in his confidence, digging into the investigation of the good book. By 1991, he had left the corporate world and laid out the Elgen Charles Salon in the setting of this groundbreaking expedition. Elgen met Jackée in 1995, igniting an association that prompted their possible association. 3 weeks after their experience at a Halloween party, Elgen at long last settled on the decision to start a relationship that dazzled Jackée with his skilled treatment of the requests of her life as an entertainer. Love bloomed quickly, and during the beginning phases of their sentiment, Jackée, in an appearance on The Oprah Winfrey Show, communicated her craving for parenthood. Regardless of the raising sentiment, Elgen was not referenced in the meeting, and Jackée uncovered she was investigating the chance of utilizing a benefactor to consider a kid. Whether Jackée knew about Ellen's complicated past remaining parts unsure yet, their relationship advanced to marriage. In 1996, addressing Plain magazine, Jackée lauded her new spouse, communicating the delight she felt in their association as they explored the vulnerabilities of spirit. Service concentrates on the couple, imagined an enduring security complying with the sacrosanct promises of marriage, till death do us part. In the year 1997, I and Elgen embraced life as a parent by taking on an 8-month-old child named Blunt. Notwithstanding her euphoria at becoming a mother, Jackée genuinely conceded that her vocation outweighed everything else. In a meeting with Nearer week after week, she recognized that Elgen expected the vast majority of nurturing liabilities, expressing, "You feel the tear and the tear, yet assuming I had a choice to cause, I to pick the work. This expert responsibility anyway incurred significant damage on her relation." Possible discourse at the time, expressing that if I wasn't sufficient around, then I would have rather not managed the exchange. Thanks for watching this video.